guys? Happy Sunday. I am headed out to some shops today. I am cashing in on the fact that it is not pouring down rain for the first time in probably 2 weeks. So I'm really excited. It's also like 80 degrees out, which is perfect because I can now wear a tank top without needing a sweater. I'm heading up to Target and Toys R Us because I haven't been to Toys R Us in a while, and it is game week in speech, as you guys have probably heard me say numerous times. We did finish therapy last week, so this week it's just makeup sessions, and for makeup sessions I always just play games with the kids because it's not their fault that they missed speech that time, it's my fault, so it's kind of my little reward, especially since it's at the end of the year. And whatever. So, it'll be a lot of fun. I'm headed up to Target because, I don't know, I was lounging around this morning and just like scrolling through my YouTubes, just watching some stuff. And I was watching Peter Mon, and I love him. I'm not sure if everybody else watches him, but he's amazing and he's hilarious and I adore him. So, I was watching his vlog from yesterday, I think, about the royal wedding, and he was like up in the Target doing some shopping, and I realized that I didn't get half of the groceries that I needed last week anyway, because if I don't write it down, I don't get it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go up in the Target today too. Also, I want to go to this Target because even though this is the terrible dollar spot Target, the Target by work didn't have the fireplace pillow that immediately, of course, after I spent all that money to make it last week, they have them in the Target dollar spot. My life. But if I can find it, I want it, and I need it. They didn't have it at the good Target dollar spot, though, so maybe they'll have it at the terrible one. I don't know, we'll see. But fingers crossed. My goal this weekend was to lay the seed down for my lawn and try to grow a lawn. Obviously, with the flooding and the severe thunderstorms, that didn't happen because yesterday it was really crummy out. It kind of got a little bit nicer, and then it got crummy again. So, that I guess we'll just have to wait for that to be after school ends. But, if you want to know what I spent my entire day yesterday doing, it was Medicaid billing. I am trying to figure out how to do my log notes for next year. It's been like a thing. I wanted to overhaul them for this year. I could not make that interactive PDF work. I think I have figured out a really awesome way to do it. So I'm hoping that it works seamlessly. It's using Google Sheets and Google Docs. So it'll all be kind of like in the Google Cloud. And if I can get that to work, I will be so incredibly excited that I don't even know what I'll do. I didn't want to use label notes next year because I have so many kids and so many sessions, and I'm paying for them out of pocket that it just seemed like it would be way too much. But I figured out a way to condense it down to smaller notes so I could get the tinier labels so more could be on a sheet. Hopefully that works. It won't be as pretty, but honestly, if it's easier, I really don't care. So that's the point of the year that we're at now, where I don't care if it looks pretty, I just want it to be functional and get done. Hopefully, we'll get some good things. I don't really know. I'm not quite sure. They better have that fireplace pillow. I'm going to be real sad if they don't. But, we'll see. I'm headed home now. I just wanted to point out that I actually went into Target and picked up everything I needed and not a single thing more. And, I'm, real proud of myself, guys. Granted, I didn't even go into the clothing section because my temp feed. But, yeah, I got everything I needed, and I did not buy anything that was unnecessary, really. Some unnecessary things, but they were already on my need list. I did add a new front door mat to my list right before I got to Target, but I still count that because I didn't find it in Target and decide that I needed it. I knew going in that I should look for one of those. But, I'm very proud of myself. Also, Toys R Us is a madhouse, and it is starting to get that, very overpicked look to it. The games today were 40% off, though, so that was a bonus. We've just got a whole bunch of fun stuff to look at when we get in. But I'll check in with you guys there because I don't want to spoil the surprise in the car. I am back. sitting in front of the camera. I'm ready to show you all of the fun things that I found. I'm not sure where to start first. I guess, you know, we'll start with Target first since there's not that many things. One thing totally unrelated to speech, but I figured I'd show you since I was talking about it in the car. I picked up another one of these Home Sweet Home mats. Does it fit? I can't see. I love this mat. I don't know. It's my favorite one that they have. I have mine from 2 years ago now. It's gross. It's grody. So we got a brand new one. Not that exciting. Nobody probably cares. But I figured I'd put it out there. The one thing that I'm super excited about that I found at Target today, this is the only thing that I was excited about that I found, but I found the fire pillow and I am ecstatic. I know I spent last week gluing and making a felt one from my goals that I spent at least $20 on the felt, and this one is here for $5. You live and you learn. That one is still useful. I'm sure it'll come in handy. This one is obviously much better made though. So I'm super excited. I was really pumped to see that this Target had it because usually the Target by the school that I work at is the place that has like all of the good stuff, and it didn't have it. This was the last one. Obviously it was meant to be, right? That's just what I'm gonna keep telling myself. So I'm really excited to have this pillow. It's going to come in so handy for so many different things. I want to do a whole camping unit next year, and then also at Halloween time when we do our campfire tales and we do like the story narratives and the story starters and the articulation spooky stories. You bet I'm gonna be busting this baby out. So it'll be $5 that goes to very good use. So the whole point of this video that was impromptu today was because I went to Toys R Us, as you saw in the earlier clips, just to check out, see what they had. I went, I don't know, what, 3 weeks ago now, 4 weeks ago now? I did a vlog on it. I did a haul then as well. It was 20% off then with an extra 10 off your entire purchase. Today when I went in, the games were 40% off, and it was just the 40% off, but that was still a pretty hefty discount. But I do want to mention that it was kind of starting to get picked over. A bunch of the games, in fact, most of the games that I initially wanted or that I had like taken a picture of to like come back for were already sold out, and they just had a lot of overstock of certain games. But with that being said, I did score some really good finds. I'll probably go back one more time just to see. There was Hungry Hungry Hippos that I wanted. I just couldn't justify it with all of my other purchases, and I figured that would probably be one of the games that I would play the least out of the ones that I bought, so I left that there. There was one of those ones that had a ton of overstock, but I know I wanted to get Lucky Ducks. That was gone. And there was another game that I wanted. Shark Bite was sold out the first time I went, but they didn't restock it. But I mean, like, everything was starting to get like cleared out. They've also officially put up the signs that you can buy the furniture as long as you disassemble and take it with you. So, you know, they're getting down to the wire. I don't know how much longer they're going to be opened. I don't know what that whole thing looks like. I heard some places are just going to sell stuff until they sell out and then they'll just close. I've heard other places are just going to close down on a certain day, and then whatever they have left over that wasn't sold, they're going to like sell off to some third party. I don't know how that works. But regardless, I picked up some games. Actually, I'm starting to think that my toy/game collection is beginning to amount to what I had as a kid, if not start to surpass it. The first game that I grabbed is for my younger kiddos. This isn't a game that I've ever heard of. I actually did some research probably like a week or two before I went to Toys R Us the first time just to kind of gauge what games I wanted to get. And I saw this online and I just kind of threw it on the list. So I'm excited to open it and take a look at it with you guys. I kind of got like a little bit of a hint that next year some of my preschoolers are going to be severely delayed and nonverbal. So I'm starting to think that a lot of the activities that I've done with my preschoolers this year up until this point, I'm not going to be able to use next year. So like I said, I'm trying to build my stash, lots of picture cards that I'm going to make over the summer, and just kind of build up my therapy materials to kind of suit the needs of those children. But it's this adorable game. It's called Crazy Blender, and it's from Fisher-Price. And they have one that's a toaster too that I wanted, but the toaster one didn't get good reviews on Amazon. They said like the pieces got stuck and it was too hard for kids to play. So this one was on clearance. I think it was $5, $4.97, $5. So I just grabbed this one. but it's essentially a blender fruit matching game. And the premise of it is that, I'll show you the actual picture, they get little cards, and then they have pieces that are in the blender, and then I think they like fly out. I don't know, we're gonna have to open it and see. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so first thing right on top, we've got some cards. This side's got vanilla ice cream on it. Yes, all about that life. Put these out. Oh my goodness. It is so cute! That's adorable. I don't even know how it works. We're gonna read up on this. Hold on. This is what the blender looks like all put together. It is super adorable. It's also mildly terrifying. I'm not sure if you saw the clips that I put in a little bit ago. But the premise of the game is that you hand out these fruit cards to the players, and then whoever has eaten the most fruit first in their life goes first. Just a cute little way to start off the game. And they are supposed to call out the fruits that they have. So this one's just strawberries, so the student would call out strawberries, and you turn the blender on with his little shoelaces. It's really loud though, so I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to hear me. So cute. Anyway, that's supposed to be going, and then the student calls out strawberries, and they put it in the spinning blender, and then they say your turn, and the next student goes, and if they have to have a matching fruit as the same one that went in it, so they would say strawberry apple, and then they would put it in, and then the next student would go, and if they only had, like, this one's bananas, they would pull a card from the draw deck and keep saying, if that wasn't one that matched, they would just say your turn, and it would skip them, and you go to the next student, and then as many as you can get in before the blender spits them all out. It's like a very, ooh, I almost dropped them. It's a very loud and like shaky blender, so it's got some power to it. Like, this is no joke, but it looks really cool when you're spinning it with the cards in it. So you can see that. And as you pour more in, it just gets fuller and fuller until it just kind of bursts. And they all go everywhere. I'm kind of in love with this. If nothing else, like, we can totally use this to make pretend smoothies. But this is really an adorable game, and it's really well made, surprisingly, for it only being the $5 that it was. So this is very, very cute. Fun fact, the camera battery died, and this is far later in the day than the clips from before. So I apologize for that, and also if the lighting is different, maybe it's a little bit better though, because it kind of got bright outside, so hopefully it still works. Also, I know we were doing unboxings, but I had to assemble some of the other activities, so I didn't want to take up your time with that, especially since my battery is like not doing so hot. We're at 32% though, so hopefully this will last us. Let's get right into it. The next game that I picked up was Crocodile Dentist. This is actually way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Like, I don't know, I thought they were palm-sized, but he's huge. I love this. I had some clips before, I edited those out because he did not have eyes or nostrils, and frankly, he's terrifying. So, looks a lot cuter now that he's got a face. Just gonna say that. But I'm sure everybody knows how to play this. You crank him open, and then you just press on his teeth, and one of them will make his mouth snap down, which scares the bejesus out of me. I don't know why. Nowhere near being able to actually chomp your fingers, but my Arctic kids love this, and it's one of those games that has that quick reinforcement, and you can play a lot of times in a session. So probably going to be our new favorite. Definitely going to use it this week. I'm actually really excited that I got these games because I get to test them out. Some of them are older that I've had and at one point had used in therapy sessions, probably back in New York. Other ones like this, you know, are around, but I've never actually had it. So I'm pumped to see how these games go over with the kids, but I think that my articulation kids especially are gonna love this one just because it's that quick turnover time and it's just highly motivating. So, loving Crocodile Dentist. So the next fun game that I grabbed was a fan favorite when I used it back in New York. I didn't own it personally, but the therapist that I worked with, she had it, and the kids always asked to play this game. It falls right in line with my love of food because why not? This is what our friend PopUp Pig looks like. Super cute and adorable, mouth open, ready for food. Let's be real, that's me all the time pretty much. But the way you play this game is the kiddos just roll this dice and it's got different colors on it, and those will correspond to the colored hamburgers, which I'm not sure why they did them as hamburgers. Probably should have done like donuts or something, but whatever. The cool thing is on the bottom, that is the number. I'm not sure if you can see that. What I really like though about this game is that it's all different numbers no matter what color it is. So some of the green burgers are 1, some are 3, some are 4, so you never actually know which one you're getting, and you just put them all face up and then the kids pick them up. They turn it over, they feed it to the pig, and then whatever number is on the burger is how many times they press his head down and he'll click. So the object is to not get him to pop, but like this one is a 4, so you just put it in his mouth and you press him 4 times. Not sure if you can tell, but his stomach is starting to get giant. Eventually he pops, hopefully soon. Woo! And his shirt rips open, his arms go up, and then you just press his head once to deflate his stomach, and you close him back up. And then you just open up his back flap. That sounds really weird. And all of the burgers are in there, and you can dump them out and play again. The kids love this game. Once again, one of those reinforcers where you never know what's gonna happen. This one takes a little bit longer than something like Crocodile Dentist, so I would definitely recommend doing it for your longer speech sessions. I'm really excited to play this with the kids this week as well, because who doesn't love just a chubby little pig? He's adorable, come on. The last game that I picked up today, this was the first one that I had to open because it was actually already opened at Toys R Us, and I just wanted to make sure all the pieces were still in there, but I grabbed Ned's Head. And honestly, I've held off for years on this because so many people said it was like terrible quality, and you know, let's be real, I'm glad it was 40% off, but it's not as awful as like I envisioned it being. Like I thought it was gonna be awful, but this is probably one of those games that I'm gonna save for around Halloween time, just when we're trying to do the gross out stuff. I'm glad they've like updated it because I'm pretty sure there at one point was like some fake vomit. Not about that life. So they've amended the gross things that are in there, but you get like stinky cheese, a wiggly worm, a pet spider, crocodile, a tongue, a sticky lollipop, a little alien dude. Here is what Ned looks like, and you can stick your hands in, obviously, his ears, and then you can put your hands also in his mouth. And the way the game goes is that you put all of the pieces in there, and the kids are trying to find the right piece based on how it feels and different things and like texture and describing. I'm going to love this. Sorry, he's like not even in the frame. I'm gonna love this for using, you know, my descriptive language with it, and I feel like there's 100 different ways that I can kind of work on this activity. And use this so that we can target my friends' goals. And that's really what I'm excited about, and anything that's gonna get them interested in talking about it. And I know I have a ton of boys next year, and history tells me that boys like the gross out stuff. Even the girls like it, but definitely the boys. So I think they're really going to enjoy poor Ned over here, who just has lots of things going on in his head. Here are some of the things that are in Ned's head. Here is the wiggly worm. Is that gonna work? Oh look, it does work. That's disgusting. It looks really gross. Here is the brain. Just cover my face up. The lollipop. There's a sock, some cheese. And like I was saying, the way that you play the game is that you put all of the pieces in the head and you each pick a card, and then nobody else is allowed to see your card, and you're just supposed to stick your hand in his head once you all say go and try to pull out whatever piece is on your card. Not sure if that's how I'm going to do it. Like I said, I like to add in that descriptive language, so what I might do to kind of one-up the way Ned's Head works is not let the kids see the cards and just describe it to them. So I'll pick a card and I'll say, you're looking for something that would probably feel sticky or that you would suck on, and they would have to find like the sticky lollipop, or, you know, we're looking for something that you see in the earth, and they'd have to pull out the earthworm, and give them like a bunch of different clues so that they have to use that, and then swap it so that they're describing to me what I need to find in his head. Or if we have other kids there, they have to describe it to a partner, and we can keep playing like that. It's a great way to target that descriptive language because my older kids have such a hard time with it. So I'm really excited that I've got this. Like I said, this I'm probably gonna hold off on until it's like October and Halloween and then just that creepy, gross stuff. But I think the kids are gonna like it a lot. So poor Ned and his head. He needs to be fixed. And this just kind of folds up, I think. Yeah, his head just kind of folds down. So you can just put it back in the box for easy access. That's probably the only box I'll keep, just because we are trying to minimize the amount of extra stuff that I have. That's everything that I picked up today, all of the things that I have found. I'm really excited to use them all. Like I've been saying, this starts the week of makeup sessions, so what I do with my kids is we just do like different fun games and activities, nothing super tedious. A lot of the groups are mixed together, and I'm just kind of pulling kids as they're available because a lot of end of the year activities are happening because there are just 2 weeks left in our school year before we break for summer. So I like to keep the motivation high, the engagement high, things that are going to entertain them and entice them and make them want to come to speech. And like I said, I think some of these games are going to do it. Other than that, I'm just doing a ton of Medicaid billing. That's actually what I've spent all day yesterday doing. I'm about to go head down and do some more of that once I get this video edited and uploaded for y'all, but I cannot wait till that is done. Honestly, no one ever told you the perils of Medicaid billing in grad school. There should have been a course in that. That should have been its own separate 3-credit course. How to bill Medicaid and manage the paperwork. Things that they don't teach you. They probably should make a class for that. Get on that, grad school programs. We need it because we're struggling out here. That's everything that I have for this week. That's everything that I'm pretty much doing this week in speech. I know we're winding down to the end of the year. I'm hoping to do some more vlog type things now that I'm not actually prepping weekly for speech sessions. So if there's anything that you would like to see specifically, let me know in the comments down below. I would be happy to film it for you. I'm trying to do a room tour, I think, once I get my new office, but I don't think I'll be going in until definitely after the school year is finished. So not 100% sure when that vlog will go up, but as per usual, I will definitely show you a video and a tour of my new office. I might even put one up of my old office. I know that's not super interesting, but it'd be interesting for me to look back on just to always remember where I started. And that'll be a lot of fun. I'm doing a lot of cleaning out this week because I have to bring everything from work back home until I can move it into the new space. And I kind of just want to go through and purge some things that I definitely have been holding on to for too long. I am a hoarder of therapy materials. I don't know where it stems from. I think it's because when you're in grad school, everyone is like, take everything that you can get from everybody because you're starting off with nothing. So you just kind of collect it all and then refuse to get rid of it. I need to get rid of some things because I have a lot of stuff. That's everything that I have for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I know I've got a few new subscribers out there, and I just wanted to give a shout out to everyone that's been here with me through the beginning. I so appreciate you watching and you subscribing and all the interactions that I've got to have with you thus far. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like this kind of vlog style haul, seeing what I got at Toys R Us. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you are always updated and you never miss a video when I post it weekly. Follow me on Instagram. My handle is The Speech Loft. That's where I'm interacting with everyone and posting pictures throughout the week and kind of giving y'all updates on how everything is going. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.